12.79 days, or just over 300 hours, is how long I've been playing on this SMP. A lot of stuff has transpired since the beginning of this world, and mostly, and quite frankly, I just think it was pretty uninteresting because I don't know. I'm just now getting into the fun part of stuff. My base is nice and developed. I'm virtually unrestrained in the materials I can gather mass quantities of, and I am now doing exactly what I want to be doing building-wise. I realize a lot of you guys probably think you've missed out on a whole bunch of stuff. We'll probably come across stuff as I travel through this world, and I'll do my best to explain it. For instance, every tower here in my base is filled with parkour to the top. Like all the way to the top. And this whole area is kind of like a parkour civilization of sorts. Just a little bit about this mod pack. It is mostly create based. As you can see, we've got engines, we've got stuff, we've got machines, which will aid me in mass resource gathering. So this is spawn view. This is where all of our new people to the server come, and they can take up a house that is vacant. This is a Ferris wheel. Left-handed Brett and I made together. There he is, logging in. Oh my gosh, there he is. I was gonna go see the few things that got built when I was gone. Have you seen Zyko's new train station? Alright, let's go then. One of the newest members on the server lives right over here. This is his house. Ooh, it's furbished now. It wasn't furbished. And look at that, he's got these barrels. He should just use drawers, oh no! This is what I love to see on the server, is just good looking builds. GLB. And then the train station's right up here. It's looking very good. So he's got a platform. This is my rail line. So, tracks. So yeah, I'll just come in here and place a siding for this station for him. And then we'll have a new station, so I won't be the one person with tons of stations. Quite nice. Another GLB. Oh yeah, you get a good look at my... Oh, I can't wait to finish this town. I just love the trees on the water with the houses and stuff. Oh. There goes my train. Oh, a train. My end game on this type of world usually is to just build tons of parkour. And then this world, I built more parkour than I ever have. I have 5 enormous towers and then a decent amount of little parkour. And then the last one I did was this one that goes up to build height. And it took me, between that one and the other extremely hard one, it took me 4,000 deaths. And probably 16 hours between the two of them. I'm kind of burnt out of parkour. This is my base, and these are drawers. That's what I was referring to earlier in Zyko's base. The drawers are one of the coolest mods. Actually, Bread, come over to my inventory room. I have something cool to show you. These drawers, you just like click the item to get them, and then you just can click on it to give the drawer all of that kind of item, as you saw it leave my inventory. And you can just put these like this. There are bigger drawers that have like single items and whatnot, and you can give them upgrades. So this has an emerald storage upgrade. There are these things called drawer controllers, and you can make drawers different textures using the framing table here. These are drawer controllers, so anything that it's touching, and then within like 6 blocks of it, if you double click this, so if I like grab a ton of emeralds and a ton of bricks, if I click this, you saw they left my hotbar, because this controller is speaking to this controller, which is speaking to this brick drawer. It was able to deposit it, and I've hooked up drawer controllers and invisible drawers. These are actually drawers right here. I've just disguised through a different texture here with the framing table to connect to this array of chests or drawers. So every drawer in my base is now connected through these drawer controllers, so I can just mass empty my inventory and auto sort it, which is amazing. Before I forget, I'm gonna build tracks to Zyko's station. Gotta catch the ski lift. This train line runs in a loop counterclockwise, so let's hope that I can fit this in here. Oh, so that's not even, I can't connect there. So let's start with, I guess, yeah, I'll do this. This will work. Oh no, like here? And then S-bend over to here. I could try to join it with the turn. I'm afraid this is going to take drastic measures. It's a little unfortunate, but I do have a little trick up my sleeve. So I can connect that, and then grab this, branch it here, boom. So yeah, there you go. The train station is technically connected, but it's kind of ugly, floating track and whatnot. Oh, it's not connected. I'm having to do so much work, I think I'm just gonna terraform this entire area. Everything's always a bigger project after you've started working on it. It always gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Here it is, boyos. I just have to be careful not to run into any other trains. I've never driven this to where I'm going. Oh, and I can't see where I'm going either. So this is potentially very dangerous. Okay. Hold left. I don't see any engines coming. Alright. So this right here is a contraption that's covered in drills. It's originally made to bore tunnels, so that's why you have all these deployers on the front. These just place cobblestone in a tube shape. This places cobblestone in front, and it later gets dug up just to get rid of lava and water blocks. But then this forms the tunnel around that. But that's not what we're using today. We're using the drills, and then I'll attach a paver mechanism on the front that coats underneath the tracks. So right here would get filled with stone like this. So we've got to switch on the drills and take it forward. Alright, I guess I should have checked to see if I was gonna drill through any station parts. So that'll have enough room for the train at least. There's still some floating sections. So to automate the trains around, you have to have this station block. That is how you get things to be automated movement-wise. You make a schedule, and this is named, so you'll see where it's going. We'll just name this Zyko, because that's the name of the guy that lives here. These stations also allow you to reassemble these blocks, like so. So now this is interactable again, and it's not a solid entity like it was before. And boom. So now I need to set what I want to be doing. Clear blocks and pave. So we'll pave first, which will just replace everything under it, directly under it, with the thing I want to pave it with. Make sure it's all glued together. And now I can reassemble it. My biggest threat right now is running into one of my other trains. Yeah, look at that, it's replacing the blocks. Placing blocks. So now we're going to change this to... We could do sloped, which is what I usually do, but I kind of want a straight fill. But actually, now that I mention it, I should go over that track too real quick. Replacing and digging. Well, it's raining now. Oh, it's too fast. Okay, we're good. I don't want it to go out of control. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I usually have it sloped outward, but this is doing alright. Pretty satisfying. So the block we're looking at right now is sanded cobblestone. So there's a mod we have called Chipped Mod, and you can throw in most of the vanilla blocks, and it will give you an alternate texture, a plethora of alternate textures. So it helps spice up your builds with just, most of my base is made of cobblestone, and that was on purpose. I wanted to get a lot of builds cranked out really fast, and with Create Mod you can get tons and tons of cobblestone super easily. Boom. One thing I really want to build on this server is an enormous airport, because I think that would be hilarious to just have to actually wait 20 to 10, I don't know how long, have to wait a long time for a big airplane to land in the airport. You're sitting in the terminal, you watch the plane taxi up, and you just go on to you board the plane, and then it takes I don't know, 30 in-game minutes, not in-game, 30 actual minutes to go to another airport that's just super far away. You could just leave your game running and you go get food or something. And it's totally possible. We don't have any aircraft mods, but we have invisible train tracks, so you could make the airplane out of like a train. It would just be really cool, I think. Yippee! Alright, so we need to quickly go up to my guy here. He's not programmed to go to the new location yet, so there, Psycho. And it needs to go there before it goes to the spawn. And then it needs to wait 15 seconds. I think that's good. Right about here? Oh, and look, that coach is still level. That's perfect. I think this is where it actually is. Psycho. Alrighty. No, no, no. Oh, it said navigation succeeded. Oh, be careful. So if you're in it when it's moving and you're not in a chair, it'll kick you off. Usually. Like if you're hitting a turn, it'll just fling you off as if you got hit by the train. Oh, look at that view. Beautiful. Next on the agenda is back to this village. Doesn't it look so nice at night with all the streetlights? You won't be able to see as many at once, once there are more buildings. This is the vibe I'm going for though. This pretty much exemplifies exactly what I'm after. I'm going for like New York, like Brooklyn mixed with like Amsterdam. One thing that I think would be interesting to see is like a community garden, and I think that would go well like maybe in here. So this cobblestone is laying out sort of the framework for how I want the street to flow. So this will be like a main alleyway, or not an alley, but like a walkway with buildings on either side. So the buildings' backs would be directly on the river here. I kind of want to put like a big old tomato garden. Tomatoes are my favorite fruit. Because they're in Minecraft, I feel like I need to build a garden for them because they're so cool. Oh my gosh. Man, I don't know where to put them though. I don't really have any plans specifically for over here. Yeah, you know what? This would be a good place for it. I imagine like a little courtyard and then like buildings. I think I need to go get some inspiration. In the 1800s, someone on my mom's side immigrated from Germany, and with them, they brought these German heirloom tomato seeds. And they have been in my family ever since that immigration, probably before then, but for my lifetime, my grandma has been keeping track of these seeds and making sure that she keeps them year to year, and they've been pure. She keeps them nice and purebred. I am the next person most likely who will be taking this the progeny of these seeds, I guess, and making sure that this strain doesn't die. So here I am building a little gold old tomato bed. I really want to get lots of seeds and lots of fruits this year, so I'm trying my best to build something fancy. Oh, I was a little ambitious. Yeah, I wanted to do like half the size. This meant I didn't have to cut anything, so I guess I need twice as much soil. I can't use my own topsoil because I have a black walnut tree in my yard that is very fruitful, and it's poisoned the dirt for any Solanaceae plants, so tomatoes, potatoes, eggplants, things of that nature, that family. Look at this little dude coming in to say hi. But yeah, I guess I'll continue this tomorrow. I was really hoping I would do all of it today, but oh, look at him. His name is Felix, and he's our little indoor-outdoor cat. I hate doing projects in 2 days. I really do. Anything I'm doing, I have to do it in one day. I'm tempted to just work through the night, but I'm really tired. I guess now would be as good a time as any time to peep these photos. So we have the photo mod. It is probably the coolest mod in the mod pack. Well, I mean the create mod's pretty cool too, but basically you have a camera and you put film in the camera and you can take pictures with it, and then you develop the film and then you print out the pictures. So yeah, you can kind of get a snapshot of the world in the world itself. You get sneak peeks at all the builds and stuff. We'll just go through here real quick. Look at all these epic photos. This one's really cool. It's like right here. Oh yeah, that's a really good photo right there. Ferris wheel, the angel moth villager. Ferris wheel at night. The demon parkour tower. This is taken from a train. I really like that photo too. And then that's my station. Oh yeah, we have this one. This is my zinc farm. Getting more recent. Each level is one roll of film. A roll of film is 16 photos. I don't hang up every photo, but the good ones I do. That's the toilet. Me getting hit by a train. The 5 parkour towers. Oh yeah, this is the day version, so there you go. Cool, cool. Boom. The subway got added. The floaty inner tubes. Oh yeah, I saw this. I really like how the tallest parkour tower is like going above the clouds. The fishing hut. Fishing hut. Floaties. I think I showed that one, yeah. And then that's all she wrote for now. I mentioned this before, and I want to set this project in stone. I really want to build that airport. So let's go find a location for this airport. So because of my base's centralness to the world and all of the tall parkour towers, I have a pretty good ability to like look down onto the world. So I'm gonna climb this noob parkour tower. It's the easiest parkour tower to get a good vantage point. I don't know why my frame rate is so bad right now. It wasn't bad earlier. I blame the frames. Somehow made it to the top with all these lag. The Distant Horizons mod is one of the coolest mods on the mod pack. I know I just described the camera mod as being pretty cool, but basically the server is only dishing out 8 chunk render distance, which you can see here. I'm using FreeCam. So it's only, this is the render distance right here. But Distant Horizons gives a low level of detail version of all the chunks that we can see out there. And so all the blocks are kind of like they're not textured, they're all single colored. They don't have physics, they're not actually rendered in, and they're all painted into the skybox. What I have here is a 256 chunk render distance. And Bliss Shader Pack adds so much awesomeness to that. Anyway, I was thinking, so in the Create mod, there are 3 different gauges of rails. The narrow, standard, and wide. The wide gauge rail comes in right here and runs with the narrow gauge there. So you can't really see them both when they're together, but they're both there. And then my standard gauge rail is right there. So I was thinking, what if right here where Zyko's base is, we extend straight and then have a station where all 3 tracks could meet, and then put the airport there, and then the airplanes could take off from there and then go somewhere over there. I'm thinking like straight up at least 10,000 blocks, if not like 100,000 or something. I think it would just be so cool to just have a plane go out that far. The only issue is like right now the folder that stores the LOD data for like the, I don't know why we call it LOD. LOD stands for level of detail, but we've like turned it into a noun just when we're referring to the chunks that are rendered with Distant Horizons. The folder's like over 3 gigabytes. And so I think if we had a plane go out for a very, very long time, the Distant Horizons folder will get very big very fast, but I think that's what we need right now. That's what we need, fellas. Neo. This is my little personal engine, just for when I need to get around the server. So the narrow gauge and the wide gauge pretty much already get you to where I want to put the airport. So we're gonna ride on over. Approaching spawn view. Oh, there I go. That's the spawn building. I'm filling up the top with here. I'm filling up the top with this like Lumazine liquid. It's made of glowberries, and it looks kind of cool. I just need to fill it with more bone meal. So this is pretty much... The station could be like floating above the tracks. The standard gauge rail could go like here. It could come up like through the ground or something. And then the station other stuff could be like above. I'll put the airport like over the water. So I'll just build like a huge platform for the runway. Future airport. It might be a while before I get around to actually working on that airport, but I promise I'm gonna do it. The city lights, so beautiful. I've spent probably over $250. It's not gonna be full all the way. I knew that going in, but what are you gonna do? Here they are, the bells of the ball. This one's lemon balm, but these 8 are the heirlooms. It's really just thrown together, guys. It's deep enough though, I think. These 8, so the 6 and then the 2 are all the heirlooms confirmed. Then these 3 are extra tomato plants that my grandma didn't know what they were. This is a habanero plant. And then when I was at Home Depot, I saw they were selling ghost pepper plants. I haven't grown ghost peppers for like maybe 8 years. Anyway, it's time to cover this in straw. Now I'm gonna put a cage around it because year after year, the tomatoes, I'd be excited, I'd see them like growing on the vine. What little tomatoes I had because they were being poisoned by the walnut tree. They were all just disappearing, and I'm like, I could have like a raccoon or a groundhog eating them because they do that. Then one day I come out here, the biggest one I'd seen, the like one of the season, was just missing. And I'm like, what the heck? I'm like looking around. It's perched on top of this swing right here, like the porch swing. And there's just a squirrel up there with it, eating it. Somehow it managed to carry a 1.5 pound tomato up there with it. Something with our squirrels, man, I don't know. They're beefer squirrels. Boom, it's done. At least as done as I want it to be. This was very hard to do, but like basically you just pull that up, you can rest this beam up here. There are some flaws, you can get in there. It's kind of got a big old hole, but I mean, I'm done. Yeah, I'm sick of this. Just like every other project I start, it's always more than I intend it to be, but it's whatever. As the seasons turn, the story will continue to develop, and hopefully we'll see whether or not that cage works, or I guess hopefully it will work. This is the cage in Minecraft, and much like the cage in real life, it's not perfect, but I like how it turned out. I think I might put a second one here. I did lay out some of the building design to sort of give me a plan as to where to put this thing. If you have any questions about this world or anything that you saw in this video, feel free to leave them in the comments. I understand that obviously there's a lot in this world that does not have an explanation. Oh, perfect. It'll be good for the tomatoes. Hopefully it rains in real life for me as well. Anyway, I've been Tall Lobster, and I'll catch you guys next time.